By September '99 the gap was almost unreachable for WCW. WWF were deep into their peak, breaking industry records on a monthly basis. No other show empathized it more than this night with one iconic, record-breaking segment. A few weeks prior to this show, Vince McMahon made the announcement that will change the business forever, the decision to sell stock and go public. Looking at every quarter rating of the shows head-to-head, who made the biggest difference, and how both companies countered each other. WCW built its first unopposed hour-on-a-show-long storyline involving Hogan and Sting. Sting injured Hogan, who was sent to the hospital, putting the six-man main event in doubt. WWF, coming off the Unforgiven pay-per-view the night before, started the show with Vince announcing the main event of Rock challenging Triple H for the title. That comes after Rock had the title won but Bulldog cost him the match. WCW had two major storylines for the night. Goldberg's feud with Sid continued, with Goldberg in his hometown from the new Phillips Arena planned something for Sid. The main event was supposed to be a big six-man tag of Hogan, Bret, and Flair, going against Sting, Luger, and Page. WWF built its first hour on Mankind planning a surprise for Rock, with him apologizing to Rock after turning on him in the match the night before. Along with Austin wanting answers from McMahon on when he gets his promised title shot. Vince announced the No Mercy '99 main event with Austin against the winner of tonight's match. In one of the greatest, most memorable segments in professional wrestling history, The Rock and Mick Foley were supposed to go around 10 to 15 minutes. Their segment, which was done completely on the spot with no planned verbiage, went around 25. Vince McMahon, watching the monitor backstage, was reportedly furious at the segment going over time, while standing near him was head writer Vince Russo, smiling from ear to ear knowing that this is one of the greatest things ever produced in the industry. According to Mick Foley, the next day Rock and Foley went to check the numbers and alongside their segment was an asterisk that said one thing, all-time record. Both went to a smiling Vince, who told them they can go as long as they want. The 8.4 rating was the highest rated segment in Monday Night War's history. The 1.6 rating for WCW was their all-time low record. The huge 6.8 rating points gap was the largest in head-to-head competition history. Rock, the biggest star in the industry, was starting to separate himself from the pack with weekly artistic showcases. With Hogan in the hospital, Bret Hart and Ric Flair agreed to a handicap match. Their match showed big growth going against the Raw main event of Rock and Triple H. Eventually paying off the two major storylines of the night. In the last few minutes of the show, Hogan came back from the hospital to get revenge on Sting, while Goldberg revealed his plan to destroy Sid's rental car. Raw's main event of Rock and Triple drew a 7.0 overrun rating. The second biggest figure of the show. That means in 3 quarters, Rock grew his segments by more than 4 million viewers total, among the highest growth of all time head-to-head with WCW. The 6.8-3 gap was also a Monday Night Wars milestone, with Raw setting a new winning margin record.